Hi, I'm Marianne from the RWTA. Welcome to our November instalment of the Chilled Out Chronicles. For those of you not familiar with our YouTube channel, we bring in people from all corners of the world to discuss everything relating to the refrigerated logistics industry. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Adam Wade, a new member of the RWTA, and we're going to discuss his business, Keep It Cool Consulting. Welcome, Adam.
Morning, Marianne. Thanks for
How are you today? Are you well?
very well.
Excellent. Adam, I'm going to jump straight in. You've had a big year. We've discussed this over the last few weeks with your business, but including launching your new book, Cold Logic. But firstly, tell me about your business and what inspired you to start it.
Yeah, it's a good question. So the business Keep It Cool is all about training, auditing, and consulting services. We provide those into people working in the cold chain industry. So with a view to strengthening their capabilities in the cold chain space. So working with, I guess, transport operators, warehouse providers, manufacturers, and I guess suppliers of refrigerated product. It was inspired by, I guess, my experience in the space over the last 10 years. I've been fortunate or unfortunate enough, I guess, if you like, to have dealt with a number of temperature failures in the cold chain across various different delivery networks, which ultimately led to, I guess, significant research, both practical and scientific, to understand what were the causes, what were the variables, and what are the key things to, I guess, be looking out for in the cold chain when we're moving product, particularly across the loading docks, so in and out of refrigerated transport. And yeah, it was really inspired by those insights and that experience.
Excellent. And look, these things happen and we need solutions for them. So, we don't live in a perfect world where we just go to work and everything's perfect. So, we thank you for everything that you do. But your book, Cold Logic, ta-da! Is it actually? No, it's not showing up. Yes, it is. I have read it, and I've learned a lot from it, Adam. So, thank you for reading it, because it's, number one, easy to read, very logical. Hence the Cold Logic, I guess, and it's a nod to all things that are cold chain logistics specific. Tell me about it. Who's it written for?
Yeah, well, firstly, congratulations on reading it. That's fantastic. That's tick one. Kept
You
your
didn't
interest
know
all
I
the
could
way
read,
through.
did you?
It's a book based on my experience over the last 10 years. So pretty much insights to the knowledge that I've gained and the experiences that I've had. 70 pages full of, I guess, understanding and experience to really support, I guess, in a self-help sort of way. It's really a reference guide for those that are working in the refrigerated sort of cold chain space, full of, I guess, ready to use ideas and insights into how they can actually move their cold chain, I guess, forward. Anyone from day one to 25 years in the industry, I can guarantee you will get something from this book.
I guarantee it, they will as well. I learned quite a few things, so thank you for that. Now, that was your book, but how does your business support the refrigerated logistics industry? So if somebody gave you a call, what do you do for them?
Yeah, so I guess on the back of all the research and practical understanding that was gained from understanding, I guess, refrigerated trucks and the processes that are involved in moving product in and outside of those trucks, it became clear that there is significant opportunity, not so much in how to run a warehouse or how to run a fleet of trucks, but in the handover process. So where product is moving out of warehouse into truck, out of truck into warehouse, understanding that happens. I think if you take knowledge within the industry, 14 times a product moves in and outside of refrigeration. Significant variation and opportunity for product to be exposed to, I guess, poor practice when you consider that there is no formal training afforded to, I guess, the loaders and drivers of refrigerated vehicles. So we come in that space. We provide training for your drivers and for your loaders to help them really understand the variables they need to be considering when they're loading and unloading trucks. But we also come in at the high level and offer I guess, auditing and consulting and benchmarking services for businesses that are looking to improve their cold chain capability and really add resilience to their operation.
Resilience is a great word, and it's something that everyone needs. And I think over the last few years, the cold chain would be considered experts at it. We're nearly into 2026, which is terrifying, but where do you see in the coming year the biggest opportunities for improving the cold chain performance across the industry?
Yeah, it's a really interesting question and one that I could probably talk about for a while. But I think, in summary, I think we're all aware of, I guess, the cost pressures, cost, compliance, and sustainability metrics, which are getting increased focus. But I guess based on my own sort of experience in the space and understanding where the greatest opportunity is to improve cold chain and the ability of the product to pass through, I guess, the distribution chain in a cold chain compliant state, I'd suggest that it's really in the practices and procedures that we use across the loading dock, and educating the drivers and the loaders, really empowering them to make decisions on the best way to, I guess, load the truck and make sure that we're not breaching the requirements that really afford good airflow and the ability of a product to, I guess, survive the distribution chain all the way to the customer.
Perfect. And it's all about, number one, keeping the food safe, and sustainability, which is fantastic. Look, Adam, I would like to thank you for taking the time to speak with me today about keeping it cool.
Thanks, Marianne.